Hey yo, what's good? It's Bodega Bams, and we listen to SpeakerBox X with V-Riv on 99.1 FM Downtown Radio.
You're listening to KTDT Tucson. We're 99.1 FM, Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, Subterranean Hip Hop in Effect, with your host, V-Riv. We have a very special guest in the house. She goes by 34K. How you doing, 34K?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing great. Let's go ahead and start with, where were you born and raised?
So I was originally born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So a lot of my family are located in Louisiana. I moved to Houston, Texas when I was about 8 years old. I'm 22 now. So a while ago, I lived most of my life in Houston. So most of my like childhood years, I was raised in Houston. But yeah,
Sweet, that's good. Texas, all right. What type of music and or
Texas.
artist played a major role in shaping your adolescent years?
So what's crazy is like right now I'm more like on the kind of R&B neo soul kind of vibe with my own music, but I actually started off listening to a lot of alternative music when I started playing my main instrument is guitar. So I played a lot of Coldplay, like really super inspirational for me and my playing. John Mayer, super inspirational as well.
Yeah.
And then as I kind of got a little older, and started going more into R&B, a lot of the like early or late '90s, early 2000s R&B people like Erica Badu, Jill Scott, and D'Angelo really has played a huge, significant role in inspiring me to in my own music.
Nice. What's your favorite track from Coldplay? I'm curious.
My favorite track, gosh,
Yeah.
well, I used to play. Dang, that's a hard because
Yellow?
there's a lot of Yellow's up there, but it's actually not my favorite.
Oh,
There was a song off of
okay.
one of their like really man, I can't remember. I think the album or EP was named Parachutes. It's called Don't Panic. That's actually my favorite, probably one of my favorite Coldplay songs. So it's probably a little more
Nice.
obscure, but
Okay, no, that's
yeah.
great. That's good. No, obscure. The more obscure, the better. I love obscure things. That's good. Yeah. And
Yeah.
for example, Erica Badu. I'm curious. Did you I love her earlier work. I love her like
hmm
Baduism album. So, do
Yes.
you like the old or new Badu more? Like, which one do you prefer?
I'm a I like the old. I tend to like the old. Like that '90s vibe in general though, like just can't go wrong. So that's just my opinion, but all of it really is great. All of her is great. It's just probably for me, the old is probably where I like the most, what I like the most.
Same. We're on the same wavelength. That's good. And my next question to you is, what inspired the creation of your latest track called My Inspiration?
So what inspired it? Well, me and a friend of mine named Cheryl Ann Williams, she's one of my mentors. She reached out to me at the beginning of quarantine back in March. And she basically was like, hey, Kay, there's a lot going on right now. I would love to do a collaboration with you, kind of just come up with some lyrics that inspire you about what's going on. And what I came up with was an ode or a tribute to all the frontline workers that have risked their lives to save so many people during the very trying time of COVID. So that's kind of where it was inspired from. Just kind of just giving that back to them, and we just wanted to do something for them. So
yeah, for sure. So that was really nice of you. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the first responders for sure on that note.
girl, yeah.
What was the pivotal point in your life that made you decide that music was something you wanted to pursue a career in? Do you remember that moment?
That one moment. I think when I wrote my very first song, I think that's when I was like, okay, I think I want to do this because I just loved it. When I first started playing, I would just play a lot of songs for my family, any song requests. I liked playing guitar and I sang a lot. And then I started like really wanting to create my own things. I was no offense, but tired of singing other people's stuff. So I think when I wrote my first song is when I was like, okay, I think I want to write another, and then another, and then another, and then it kind of just blossomed from there.
Well, that's good. That's good. Good stuff. I really enjoyed the cover track you did called "How Come You Didn't Call Me Anymore" by Prince and Alicia Keys. And I was gonna say Alice, my bad. I'm sorry, Alicia Keys. Don't kill me. Why did you choose that? Why did you choose that track? Why did you choose that track to do a cover song for?
Man, so growing up, my mom is a huge fan of Prince, and I probably heard that song thousands of times. I remember it kind of like, it's so weird because I was learning different songs as I go, and it was different genres and different things, and I kind of looped it back over down to Prince, and I was like, man, and Alicia Keys of course did the cover as well, and I was like, man, no, I have to learn how to play this on the guitar. So that's kind of what started. It's just like such a soulful song, like, and it's so crazy. Like, he didn't really need anything, like Prince did not need anything other than piano and his voice to create that song. And I just, I had to find a way to do it. So that's kind of that. I just needed to do it. I just had to. Yeah.
It's all good. With that note, we're gonna go ahead and take a musical break. I'm gonna go ahead and play the track called "How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore" by Prince and Alicia Keys. And the cover work was done by 34K.
Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna die. Well, if you don't call me Papa, ooh, you got to try. On my knees, begging you, please, please.
You're now listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, Subterranean Hip Hop in Effect, with your host V-Riv. We have 34K in the house, and we just played the track called "How Come You Don't Call Me Anymore" by Prince and Alicia Keys. She did an amazing cover art or cover work for that track, and we're gonna go ahead and keep diving into the mind of 34K. What type of guitar do you perform with? I mean, I'm just curious because I know there's so many different guitars out there, but what's your go-to and why?
Okay, so I am mainly an acoustic guitar player. I'm that crazy person that will try to play acoustic guitar with a band full of just electric instruments and amps. I am that type. So I'm mainly an acoustic player on stage. I definitely still play electric guitar. It's just the acoustic guitar is just where the heart is. So as far as like brands, my favorite one right now that I love is it's called a Taylor GS Mini. So Taylor Guitars brand is kind of where I'm at right now.
Okay, all right. So are you in San Antonio right now, or are you in Houston?
So I'm in San Antonio right now. Actually, I'm out here right now, going to school, and I actually play sports too. So it's kind of with my hair like this, because I got my basketball hair on. But yeah. So yeah, that pretty much why I'm even in San Antonio is for school and whatnot too. So, and I'll be here still after school as well.
Nice, sweet. So how is the music scene in San Antonio?
So yeah, man, I really miss being able to go out and actually like see the music scene. But from what I remember a year ago, it's really like a mix of a lot of things. And depending where you go, a lot of different genres, I mean. So depending on where you go downtown or just like around college campuses, you can find a mixture of country, rock. Of course, Tejano and mariachi is very big out here, very big in the culture. But you can also find like little niche, like dance as well. I mean, it's just anybody everywhere. There's a group in a section for you, no matter what music you kind of do out here. But you just gotta find those avenues. So it's really, really actually a lot of people, think LA, New York, and all of that, when they think music. But really, I find that there's people doing music everywhere. So anywhere, you just got to find it, so that's kind of how I feel about it.
Cool. What's your opinion on the music industry? Is everyone being represented in your opinion?
Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah. So the music industry, I'm still learning a little bit about it. So I can only say what I've kind of learned so far. I think the biggest thing is, I think the quick answer would be no, that not everybody's not being represented. But I also think though that especially in today's music industry, you gotta be a go-getter. Like you gotta do your own research, understand what's going on, understand how it works out if you're an artist, you know. And I think that's like gives you your best bet of then being represented. And I think when we talk about representation, whether it's male, female, you know, sexuality, you know, any type of like gender representation, anything like that. I think that we can definitely do better in the music industry, but I also think that people will definitely just be confident in what you have to do, and I think that I think it'll all get better. But then again, I think you have to be a go-getter. So
Cool. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a musical break. I'm gonna go ahead and play the track called "My Inspiration" by 34K.
Back to life. You bring me back to life. Pull me up out the trenches, let me know that I'm fine. You bring me back to life. Baby, you're where my inspiration lies. It's been too long since I felt this strong. I needed to pick me up, yeah, yeah, so I could carry on and face the world so torn. I look out, the skies are gray. I'm trying to find better days. When I'm up, when I'm down, there's a sea of emotion surrounding me now. Look out, I see some rays. I think I found better days. Yeah, 'cause you walked my way. You made me feel like all is simple, like I'm gone here. 'Cause you bring me back to life. Pull me up out the trenches, let me know that I'm fine. You bring me back to life. Baby, you're where my inspiration lies. Some things go wrong, and you can't change what's already done. But when I'm with you, I feel like I'm brand new, like my mind has the clearance of you. I look out, the skies are gray. I'm trying to find better days. When I'm up, when I'm down, there's a sea of emotion surrounding me now. I look out, I see some rays. I think I found better days. 'Cause you walked my way. You made me feel like all is simple, like I'm gonna heal. 'Cause you bring me back to life. Pull me up out the trenches, let me know that I'm fine. You bring me back to life. Baby, you're where my inspiration lies. Baby, 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 baby. Don't beat yourself up, just try to show some love. Baby, 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 baby. Don't beat yourself up, just try to show some love. You bring me back to life. Pull me up out the trenches, let me know that I'm fine. Oh, you bring me back to life.
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, subterranean hip hop in effect, with your host V-Riv. We have a special guest. She goes by 34K, and we just played My Inspiration by 34K, and we just been diving into the mind of 34K. We just talked about the music industry, and we're gonna go ahead and ask her the next question. How did hip hop come into your life?
Hip hop, man, through my dad. My dad, he listened to a lot of like Tupac, Biggie back in his day. And that's kind of where I was introduced, like Naughty by Nature as well. A lot of 90s R&B, hip hop groups. That's kind of how I was introduced. See, I'm so into R&B that I can't even think anything else. But no, 90s hip hop groups. And that's how I kind of, was basically, introduced to that. So that's where it came in when I was much younger and I was in the car with him jamming to, he even listened to Will Smith Fresh Prince and and everything. So yeah. So that's how that came into my life, definitely through him.
I remember that album Big Willie Style.
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yes.
That's cool.
That was one of the big one.
Cool. So which group from the 90s do you gravitate to? Like, who's your go-to, like your favorite?
My favorite, man. Right now, I have favorites depending on the time of the year. Sometimes it kind of moves around, but because it's like the whole, just a group of people. But at the moment, I just cannot stop listening to D'Angelo. I can't stop listening to, I just love his music so much. So that's a big person that I've gravitated towards.
Sweet. Okay. How did you and Dope Smoothies meet?
Oh yeah, Dope. Yeah. Okay. So I was at an open mic downtown San Antonio at a place called Hondros. I was there with a friend of mine that I would go around the city with and play. I played acoustic guitar and sang, and he played saxophone along with me. So we're like a little duo. And we were actually, there was an in-house band at Hondros, at the place Hondros. And we kind of just I was playing an original song and they kind of just tagged along, and Dope Smoothies was in the crowd. He was actually visiting, because he's originally from the East Coast. He's actually visiting San Antonio, and I remember I sang, and after getting off the stage, he came to me. He was like, "Can I get your Instagram? And everything. You're really good. You're gonna hear from me." A lot of people say that, and then they never get back to you, but he definitely did, and that's how we met. And he sent me a track and asked how I liked it, and that's kind of, we went from there. And yeah, that's how we've been able to collaborate since then.
Nice. Okay. And with that, what inspired the creation of the track Feathers? That was amazing work by you two. So how did that come about?
Thank you, man. Okay, so I really work off of him. So he sent me the track, and I thought it was just like the dopest vibe. I just was like, wow, this is a really dope track. And he kind of had his verse on there a little bit already, and he just asked me, if you can come up with some sort of hook or verse, just do it if you can feel and vibe to it. And really what I did with that was I kind of just vibed with what he was saying. And that's kind of how that came about. I was able to come up with that my part in it, and man, after listening to the whole thing, I couldn't stop. I had it on replay over and over again. So that's kind of how that kind of came about. I kind of just worked off of energy.
Yeah, cool. No, that's good. That's great. So with that, we're going to go ahead and take a musical break. I'm going to go ahead and play the track called Feathers featuring 34K by Dope Smoothies.
Circulating through my mind, oh my, I think I'm starting to feel a little something. I take it day by day, but when I see your smiling face, and I still ain't met you. Kept in touch through the internet, reflecting on everything, we ain't finished yet. 7 years later, I'm still in debt. Feeling that, ooh, I'm feeling that. Yeah, if it's cool, can I get with you? Shit, in the loo, in the living room. Yeah, swimming pool with your boy on the side of it. Bitch, I might even get inside of it. I mean the pool, get your mind out the gutter, girl, you's a wild mother of a beautiful world that I gotta say is a little unusual, but it's cool. I knew that ever since elementary. Why they don't wanna play with me friendly? My mom used to say it's cause they like you, Christopher. Then why I don't feel like it then? I never done biker dance, but I should. If it made me feel better than I feel when niggas who supposed to build try to kill my will for good. The huff you thought this was, nigga. A pure-hearted soul, still a killer man. Just cause I got my soul don't mean I'm tied down. Just mean I gotta let you deal with God now. But I won't put my dogs down till y'all's down. Prosecco with some OJ in an omelet. I hope white people see me like OJ that speak Ebonics. I cut your ass up until you vomit. I'm talking sick to your stomach. If I sign a deal, I hope it feel harmonic. I ain't gonna lie, wish the thunder was through the sonic. Learning from the sonics on the chronic. Who's the man with the master plan? A nigga with him up with him gun in his hand. A black man with his little son in his hand. Ever since hell, I got a gun in my pants. I was raised well, still a gun in my pants. I'm an American boy, I'm from the ghetto, it's land. It don't matter who win, nigga, the ghetto will stand. Both the hero and the villain got stand, so what's your plan? They been running this two-party scam since niggas was lambs. Now niggas push lambs. Nobody persevere like niggas can. Nobody still here like niggas stand.
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the antidote to corporate radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, subterranean hip-hop in effect with your host, V-Riv. We have a special guest. She goes by 34K, and we just played the song called Feathers, featuring 34K by Dope Smoothies, and we've just been diving into the mind of 34K. So my next question to you is, I like the cover you did for Janelle Monáe, and the track called I Like That. What made you gravitate towards making a cover song for that track?
Yeah, so back in about the summer 2018, I was posting a lot of like small videos on my Instagram page of me singing and playing guitar. And one of my followers actually kind of made me aware of Janelle Monáe's new album at that time. It was Dirty Computer. And she was like, you should do a cover of I Like That. So I was like, okay. So I checked it out. I was like, oh, this song is dope. What? And before then, I mean, knew Janelle Monáe, but I didn't really like delve into her music at that point until after I did that cover. And so then I did the cover, and it did really well. I was like super surprised because at that point in time, I hadn't had any videos that were getting that many views. So that's kind of where it was actually just a follower of mine that on Instagram that asked me to do it.
No, that's cool. And the greatest part is that Janelle Monáe reached out to you and gave you some positive feedback. How did that feel? That's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah. That was unreal, surreal. I still can't believe that really actually happened. I have to watch the video every once in a while just to make sure that actually happened. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I was reached out to by Glamour magazine after I guess they had seen the video on YouTube, and then they surprised me, actually. They asked me to do a Skype call and actually sent me a link of her watching my video and got my actual reaction. So if you saw the video of her, that was definitely my true reaction to her seeing my video. So that was just amazing. Just to be able to see or hear someone like Janelle Monáe, someone that's talented and just like multifaceted, just awesome artist, and just to see that was just crazy. So
nice. No, that sounds great. No, I would be the same way. I would be like, what?
Nah, I was so
That's cool.
surprised.
For sure, for sure. Do you have a creative space or a place you go to that allows you to dive into your creative mind with ease?
Um, I mean, a lot of time, I think for me, it's just kind of being in my room around my music equipment. I don't know. I don't have like, because I've been in college, so I kind of move apartments a lot, and I haven't been in a permanent home or space for the last couple of years. So I kind of have to, just being around my equipment and around my guitars and stuff is kind of like, and it kind of alone is kind of what I would rather at times. But that's kind of like my space, just kind of in my own room, I guess, like this one, like my room now. So that's just around my stuff.
Yeah, sweet. Okay. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and play the track called I Like That. The cover work was done by 34K, and the track was made by Janelle Monáe.
1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I'm mystery, sometimes I'm free, depending on my mood or my attitude. Sometimes I wanna roll or stay at home, walk in contradiction, guess I'm factual and fiction. A little crazy, little sexy, little cool, little rough around the edges, but I keep it smooth. I'm always left to center, and it's right where I belong. I'm the random minor note you hear in major songs, and I like that. I don't really give a care if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow all around the chasing sun. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that. I don't care what I look like, 'cause I feel good. Better than amazing and better than I could. Show the whole world I'm the venom and the antidote. Take a different type of girl to keep the whole world afloat. 'Cause I'm crazy and I'm sexy and I'm cool. Little rough around the edges, but I keep it smooth. I'm always left to center, and it's right where I belong. I'm the random minor note you hear in major songs, and I like that, yeah. I don't really give a care if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow all around the chasing zone. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that. I remember when you called me when we were in math class, third row, I was sitting by you. Right before Mr. M's class. 'Cause my mama couldn't afford new J's, polos, thrift store, thrift stores, that was all I knew. Do you remember? I remember when you laughed and you cut my perm off and you rated me a 6. I was like, damn. But even back then, with the tears in my eyes, I always knew I was the shit. And I like that. I don't really give a care if I was just the only one who likes that. I never like to follow all around the chasing zone. Me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh me, oh my. And I like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh my. I like that. Oh, 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 oh.
You're listening to 99.1 FM Downtown Radio, the Antidote Corporate Radio. You're now tuning into SpeakerBox X, Subterranean Hip Hop in Effect, with your host V-Riv. We just played the track called I Like That by Janelle Monáe, and the cover work was done by 34K, and she did a beautiful job with that. And we're just been
Thank you.
digging into the mind of 34K. So my next question to you is, what do you enjoy doing in your free time? Like, what movies, books, magazines, podcasts have you been reading and or listening to lately?
I like movies. I do, but my free time is spent a lot on YouTube. Like I'm always on YouTube watching a video of some sort, and I I like movies a lot because a channel that I like to watch on YouTube a lot is it's called Watch Mojo, and basically they do top 10. If you haven't heard of it, they do like top 10s, everything of every and anything you can think of, and a lot of times I'm watching like top 10 movie stuff. So and it kind of gives me a guide on what movies I should watch next. So I do like watching movies. Yeah, so that's kind of, but YouTube is probably paramount actually. That's like my movie
Go
place.
to.
So
So
I
what's
go
your
to.
what movie recently have you watched that you're like, whoa, that you're like, wow, I want to watch that again?
Um, Speaking of Janelle Monáe, I just recently watched Antebellum. That's probably the
Okay.
most recent movie I've watched, and that movie was wild. So I was just like,
No,
whoa,
yeah.
yeah, I was like, whoa. So yeah, that's the most recent movie I've actually watched. So
Nice. Okay. Would you like to share a personal experience or something most people don't know about you?
hmm, um, guess well, okay, I guess a lot of people may not know about me. I don't know. Well, I guess I can share this. Like, you know, my name, my artist name, actually came from my a middle school basketball coach that I had.
Oh,
I still talk to her.
oh
And
wow.
the reason she came up with it was because I was, I've been playing basketball for a really long time. So that's something I do as well as music. Um, and she was like, I don't think you should, even back in middle school, I was playing music too. She's like, I don't, you should go by your real name. She was like, yeah, because my basketball number was is 34. It has been for most of my life. And so that experience was pretty cool because I actually hated that, but it like really grew on me. And so like forever I will always thank her for giving me that aim because I love it now. So that's kind of like something that I think is pretty cool that some people don't even know. So
No, that's cool. That's good. So does the K mean anything?
yeah, so well, it's kind of a double meaning. So my name is my yeah, I forgot to mention that in my story. My birth name is Carrington with a K.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of where the K comes from. And
Gotcha.
also if you wanna have the double meaning of like 34,000, that's also kind of where it comes from. But really mostly it comes from the fact that my name starts with a K. So
Okay, cool, cool. So how did your coaches give you that number 34? Like just felt like that
I think
number suited you? I mean, how did that come
yeah,
about?
no, I think it did. I bounced around a couple of numbers when I was really young. I mean, elementary school, like I bounced around numbers and then I just kind of landed on the number 34 and I didn't want to give it up after. I think it just fit me. So it's kind of like my favorite number now. I don't know. It just kind of like, it just felt right.
Yeah, it's funny. Four, 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 is perfection, and 7 is Sunday.
Ooh.
So
I didn't think of that. That's
just had to
nice.
throw that.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. So like, yeah, it has like a religious kind of connotation, kind of,
Yeah.
7 Sunday,
Yeah.
sun,
Yeah. Yeah.
worship
Yeah.
of the sun. So no, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's dope.
Cool.
Yeah, just something I just thought
Yeah,
about right
I
now.
didn't
Like,
think of that. Yeah, no, I definitely, yeah, that just makes me love it even more. That's all you did.
yeah. Sweet. So what are your future plans? How can the listener support you?
So, my future plans is to continue to create music, work with more artists, as many artists as I could really work with that it would be a good collaboration, and write more lyrics and music. I love being an artist, but like my true like passion really is songwriting and producing. And and I would be fine with just being behind the scenes of something. So, but as far as just supporting me, you can definitely follow me on my Instagram. At it's at the 34K. So the ad sign, of course, 34K. That's just a big way of supporting me right now, and of course, following my YouTube channel and things of that nature. And as I start to, if you follow those things, you'll know when I'm putting out more music and what I'm doing. So that would be probably the biggest help right now.
Nice. No, that's good. Is there anybody in mind that you really, if you could collaborate with anybody, who would that one person be?
Right now, I would probably want to collaborate with like her. That would be an amazing collaboration. I would love to do something like that, or with Daniel Caesar. Or yeah, those are two big artists that I would love to, like if I had a dream artist to collaborate with right now, yes, those would be the ones right now. But really honestly, I would love just to collaborate with anyone that I can vibe with.
No, for sure. Okay, cool. So these are just fun. This is a fun question. What food
Okay.
can you not be without if the apocalypse happened?
Bananas. 100%.
Bananas.
Yes.
Okay.
That is I can eat a lot of bananas, so I don't know. Just
No, those are
bananas,
good for
man.
you. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that has a lot of protein. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, that does have a lot of protein. Cool. All right. So we're at the tail end of the conversation. It's been awesome interviewing you. My last and final question to you is, what are your words of wisdom to anyone aspiring to do what you do?
My words of wisdom is trust the process. I think, and by the process, I mean just learning, keeping good people around, people that are supportive of you, and not not being discouraged by maybe what people may say or think of your music, and just really just trusting that you will get better. You will learn and grow as long as you let your mind allow that, open your mind. And like I said, what I think is paramount is just really building people around you that are supportive of you any way that you can, because that will definitely help. I think that was probably one of the most important things in my situation, is just having support, because you don't want to be torn down from your dream. You can do it. First of all, that's a big thing. You can do it. So.
Oh, that's nice. So who was the first person you decided to open? I know this is like another question. I have one more question for you. Who was the first person that heard you play and said, you know what? You got talent. Like you sound amazing.
Ooh.
Remember who that person was?
The first person? Man, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. I mean, so can it be a family member?
Yeah, for sure. Doesn't have
It
to be
can
like
be,
a
because
boy.
like I know family members sometimes you'll be like, oh, good job, baby. But no, really, the first person that was like, dang, and was actually my dad's. He got remarried, so my stepmother. He was probably
Okay.
the first person that heard me play outside of like my immediate family. That was like, okay, she has some talent. She really helped me out at the beginning, like to kind of, spread myself to other people she knew. So yeah, I think that was actually the first person, other than like my mom, my dad, that kind of just like, yeah, heard me all the time. But she was someone that hadn't heard me all the time. She was like, wait a minute, I think you got something. So.
Well, that's good. That's great. No, I like
Yeah.
that. You know what? I think it's really cool when you have a family member, tell you that you're talented. I know some family members can be nice, but when you know when it's real, I feel like as a kid, or as when it's legit or when it's not. But yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
that's awesome. So it's been a pleasure interviewing you. I can't wait to hear more from
Thank
you.
you.
Are you gonna be dropping a project anytime in the future?
Yeah, so I plan on dropping something new in the summertime. Let's just hope that everything goes well with that. But yes, I do have plans for the future to drop some more material.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck, and I know you're gonna go
Thank
far.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
For sure.
appreciate you. And I really enjoyed all of this. Thank you for asking me to do this.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Shout out to Dope Smoothie. He's the one that said, "Yo, you need
For real,
to
shout
check
out.
out this dope
Oh yeah,
artist."
shout out to him. I'm sitting here. Yeah. I need to definitely let him know too. But yeah, shout out to him. And please go check him out as well. Plugging him in here too.
For sure,
He's
for sure.
awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. All right. Well, have a great evening, and I'll see you later. Talk to you later. All right.
All right, thank you. See you.
You're welcome. All right. Bye.